Ruiz, what's up? Chardonnay, what's up? Give me 1 second. I need to get a towel. I'm all sweaty just from setting up. What's up? Hopefully my internet holds up for this 5 minutes. I just need to run and grab something. I wonder if y'all can still hear me right now. I'm kind of far away from the device. Yesterday this might have been my microphone giving out. Almost ready, almost ready. Oh, is that a hurry up that I'm getting from Chardonnay? First of all, let me get my phone. Welcome to Dad's Workshop, where it's not at all a competition for my affection. Not at all, not in the slightest. Let me shut the door because it's hot and I got the air conditioner on. Welcome to Dad's Workshop. An interesting day. Lots of mysteries and not many solvations to these mysteries. I feel like it's a little darker here, but hopefully you can see me. First mysteries. Oh, welcome to Dad's Workshop. Where, like I said, you're not competing for my affection. You're not competing for my love unless you're first, and then you are. Yeah, no, I mean that's fine. Not a competition. Not a competition. Uh, oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought it was let's go. Like hurry up. But anyway, I got all these things here. I have no idea what they are. I wish I could hear my audio right now. Why do I feel weird that I can't hear the audio? But it would bounce back and forth if I could. So because I'm so sweaty, I got to keep this towel on me at all times. It's hot. It's getting hot. I sweat a lot. It's that Nordic blood. Whew. We got a big message. Ruiz, I know I got to take out my GMA for her B-Day on that day, and my mama, I feel like I'm going to be in a Money in the Bank ladder match for the title, and money on that day, or at least my account will, LOL. What are we talking about? What? I'm so lost. Let me go back in the chat here. What paint did you use for your garage? Quite nice, might add. No, that's not a question for me, right? Let me get on camera here. I don't feel like I'm. Let me flip this light real quick. I don't like the way that this looks. I need more light. This will probably help here. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Shout out to everybody who's here again. Dara Ruiz. Shout out Chardonnay. Shout out to Miss Heather, of course, the person who makes it all happen. We got these Amazon packages. One of them is quite heavy, but I'm starting to think it's a liquid. Have no idea who this box is from. I have no idea whom. Well, no, it's a who. It's for whom, me. It's to, it's from whom to who, right? Whatever. Good, we got light now. Whew. Now you can see all my sweat droplets. A little nervous because I don't know who's sending me stuff. Got a lot of shout outs to do today. Well, let's start with figuring out what's in these boxes. Mystery items are in these boxes. Drum roll. I'm going to give my own drum roll and you're going to hear how good it is. Drum roll. This, I reckon, probably should be opened carefully because it feels like a bottle of liquid. Shout out to whomever bestowed this gift, was the great benefactor to Dad's Workshop, and whomever bought this gift here. What we got here? What we got? This looks pretty cool. Oh, get out of town. Look at that, man. That's a thing of tongue oil right there. That is a bottle of tongue oil, my friend. Now, if anyone has any clues as to who sent this to me, please fill me in. I have absolutely no idea. This is like an $80 bottle of tongue oil. No joke. Not to like make dollar values matter, but it is quite a big gift for someone anonymously to give. So if I can thank somebody for this and shout them out on this wonderful show, this platform of mine, for giving me this walrus tongue oil here, pure tongue oil, the most expensive, basically the most expensive finish that you can get for wood. It's gonna make whatever we make in here look beautiful because it's the best and the most natural, safe stain and protectant there is. Insects hate it, water hates it. It's the greatest thing on earth, man. I was just using some of Miss Heather's oil. I forget what it was called, arnica or some arnica oil. It smells like tongue oil, so it must get pressed from a tree nut, because that's what it has. Was there a gift receipt in there? Yeah, I don't know Terrence McKenna. You know Terrence McKenna? Shout out Terrence. Hey Terrence, everybody give Terrence a hand. Thank you, Terrence. Might be a former student, possible. I want to give Terrence a big old thank you for this. Terrence McKenna, wherever you are on planet Earth right now, we appreciate you, man. Yeah, tongue oil is extracted from a tree nut, basically. Yeah. Which is toxic, like the tree is toxic. I think the fruit on the nut is toxic also. Look at this, I got hives, man. Where am I getting hives from? Terrence McKenna, thank you so much. Shout out Terrence. Terrence is a new friend of the program, one of the quiet friends of the program we don't hear from very often. Appreciate Terrence. Thank you so much. I'm going to be shouting Terrence out for a little bit. Shout out Chardonnay, shout out Daniel, shout out Ruiz, all friends of the program and all here. Looks like I might have lost my internet there for a second. Let me go check on my internet. Nah, that looks good, so I don't know what's going on with that. Everything should be solid on there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dad's Workshop, where I feel a little uncomfortable by all the awesome stuff that our people are buying me, but I got to get used to it because that's the way that show business is. Show business, you know, I guess it pays. Here we go. Next package from Anonymous at this point. Oh, I lost my feed. There we go. Oh, skull is right, man. Skull. We'll use it in this context just because we can, right? I hope I didn't freeze. Yep, I have a feeling Miss Heather's on her way out here. There we go. Still here. Oh, am I not being humble? I'm sorry if I'm not being humble. I humbly appreciate this tongue oil. I humbly appreciate all the gifts that everyone's given me. Let me shout all of them out. This cabinet handle guide and scribe tool. I have a whole bunch of other stuff, and I want to make sure I get everybody. Also, these magnetic center finders for small stock. A whole bunch of other stuff. Yesterday, I received masks from Daniel. I got a razor saw. I got masks. I got a razor saw, and I got one other thing. What did I get yesterday? I'm trying to be humble here. Trying to be humble, and this is my ADD that's in the way right now. It's the masks. Oh, the pencils, which are awesome. I got one right on me right now. So thank you all. Appreciate it. Yeah, be a braggart, you know. I'm good at doing that. Let's open this next package here and see what we got. Dad's Workshop, growing community. Struggling recently, but still a growing community. What do we got here? Terrence McKenna. Anybody know that person? I should. I don't want to insult anyone either. What do we got in this package here? Oh, this looks like production stuff here. Softbox light. Put that one right over there. Boom, have a little more light on the subject. Softbox light. And then another wireless mic for my problems with wireless microphoning. So let me find out who's the benefactor of these items. Get out of town. I think I know who gave me this. I have a suspicion that it's not Kanye West, although it does say it's a gift from Kanye West. So thanks, Mr. West. Appreciate it. It's not any possibility that anyone in this chat session is masquerading as Kanye West. Masquerading as Kanye West. How dare you? How dare you? I'm not joking, man. It says Kanye West. Can you see it? Focus camera. A gift from Kanye West. So, I mean, if it says it, it must be true, right? Flashing lights from Kanye West. Appreciate it, Kanye. Oh, here's the other one, though. It says, a gift for you. Attend the party from P. Diddy. Can you read that? I went to one of those one time though when I was young. I don't know if y'all know. I'm older here, so I went to me and P. Diddy went to the same college. You know, I went to a couple of those parties. What happens at those parties stays at those parties, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Howard way. It's the Howard way. All right, so thanks P. Diddy. Thank you Kanye West. Thank you, Terrence McKenna. Starting to think that's not a real name either. All these great gifts, pure tongue oil. We're going to be able to make some awesome stuff with this, dude. Especially when we make that waterfall table once we get to that. Have I heard his latest single? I have not heard Kanye's latest single. Sorry, Kanye. I know I should be up on your stuff. if I'm getting gifts from you and Diddy at the same time in the same box. Like you and Diddy are collaboing. It's a Diddy and Kanye collabo on a gift for Dad's Workshop. I mean, how special can it get? You know? It's getting super special around, real special. So thanks to everyone who donated these items. Kanye, P. Diddy, and Terrence McKenna. I think that's a director. People are trying to be funny. Benjamin Dover. Oh, and there's also one more person that I need to thank before I get down to work at Dad's Workshop today. If you're here at Dad's Workshop, I appreciate you being here. Make sure you subscribe, join the family, drop a comment, join the Discord. We do stuff here. I read the YouTube terms and conditions today, and one of the things was like, I was like trying to like, I'm a very guilty type conscious. I'm like, am I breaking any of these terms and conditions? Am I attracting people to something that's not like the thing I'm saying it is? And no, none of that stuff is true. It's really meant for spammers and stuff. So, because I was looking at what will happen, you know, when all comes down to it, you know, it's time for where the rubber meets the road, you know, and I get into the real YouTube stuff. But I'm not too worried at the moment because I think the content's good. We just got to keep plugging. That's what we got to keep doing here at Dad's Workshop, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep building things, and hopefully I'll build something that will grab a little more attention here soon. I do notice when I get the big tools out, that helps, so we will do that. Obviously, all the items that I get here will be used at some point. I wouldn't put them on my wish list if I didn't want to use them, but okay. Oh, so thank you, Terrence McKenna, for all your hard work and your advocacy for psychedelics. I got a feeling that one friend of mine is behind these gifts, and he's been running pretty good, so I'm not surprised. But I will find out for sure. Yeah, isn't it strange how someone can send a gift from the grave? Well, we got to assume if it says its name, maybe it's Terrence McKenna Jr., right? Terrence McKenna the third. You know, I'm sure he died a very peaceful death, probably old age, right? Since, you know, we know what. I am drinking like fake Mio. It's water, no calorie water. Thing with tons of caffeine in it because I gotta have lots of energy for all you guys. I know it could be much more interesting than that, but you know, I got a little scolded for the last time I did stuff like that. Kevin Durant, man, KD on Dad's Workshop. I want to have KD on here. Yeah, if one of y'all is behind this, man. One of y'all is behind this, I'm sure of it. Well, at least it's a good prank, unlike, you know, sending your dog at people. Let's do some cutting real quick. I'm gonna take my razor saw. Now I've got my new one here too, kind of put off to the side. It's kind of small. I gotta build some new furniture to hold all my new stuff. I want to use this new little razor saw to cut some of these joints in this bunk bed today. It probably won't get the same views as the bigger saw, but I want to see how this thing cuts. We got the softwood and the hardwood side. You got to take them both off when you saw because you're going to go flush with the saw. This actually is similar to a flush cut saw too. Kind of feels like a flush cut saw. They're usually about knife size. My Harbor Freight saw is at my dad's house now. I use it to cut stuff there. It's just not it's not dependable. It wants to move off the groove all the time. This one's better than that one by a long shot. And Harbor Freight charged more than what this one was on Amazon. So shout out, Daniel. let's move this one a little bit so people can see what's going on. I'll do one at a time here. I think this is going to handle this cut. Wish I had my reading glasses on. Kind of curious whether the hardwood side would work better here. I'm going to cut these stop cuts here on the end of this joint. Ooh, I love this actually, man. Need my mirror. That's a little trick. Now I'm a little shy of that line on this side, I noticed. You guys probably noticed that already, but that's okay. We can be a little small. Looks like I kind of came in a little bit. It should be like this. Usually with these, if you angle the saw, you can start a new cut. It's tricky. Yeah, that's about right. Get it even, and then you stop doing this so that you don't push down on one side and it'll more level out where your cut is going. That's good. A little kerf on that though, quite a bit of kerf. I'm kind of surprised for such a small saw. Yeah, it is smooth. It's really, really nice. No, it's not from Temu. It's from Amazon, right? It was the Amazon wish list item. It was very cheap, and I was really shocked at the cheapness of it, but they make them, they're supposed to be disposable. Japanese pull saws are not supposed to be keepsakes, and like, just like their hand planes are actually disposable. They put a blade in them, and then when the plane is done, they usually get rid of it and get a new one. They use softer steel. Their access to steel in Japan is just not the same as here, so they work around it. It is very smooth. I like this saw already. Get that mirror right there so I know I'm online here. Still a little bit like I'm wanting to, it's probably my vision though, for the most part. All right. Now, best thing we should do now, probably I get my drill and just go ahead and drill these Forstner spots through here, because once I start, I'm going to chisel away this outside part. Let me show you this, because that's the whole point of this, is to show everybody everything. This is just going to be the shoulder here, so we're only taking that down 1/2 inch. This has to all come out, this whole area here. Let me make marks. This is going to come out now, right? So I get that down to 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to drill through here. I thought I was going to do this first, but I think the best thing to do would be to take this down 1/2 inch first, right? Take that out, then drill through this, and then get all of that waste out, and then take whatever is not down at 1/2 inch here, then take that down. But I'm going to have that all out by then. So this out first, carefully, right? And I think probably the best way to do that, last time I just saw directly through it, but then I lost my marks for the middle. So I think maybe I have to chisel out some of the middle first to make sure I know where that's at. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah, we're gonna have to take some of this out first, because I need to know where that middle part is when I'm coming down here, right? Let's do that. Don't think any more about it. Don't overthink it. Last time I took the whole thing down by cutting, making cross cuts through it, and I kind of recall, oh, I know what I can do. All right, this is what we'll do. This is the way around that, and I can do it that way again. You guys probably already figured this out, right? So wherever this line is here, I'm going to continue it onto the stock of the layout face here, just past, and just past here. All right, so now I got to mark where that joint is going to start. And so when I chisel down, I'll know that I got to redraw this mark here, or just make sure that that's my center area. It's got to, all of that has to come out. Everything all right?
Yeah, can I interrupt to see your gifts? Because I just got off work.
Yeah. Miss Heather's here. She wants to see all the cool stuff.
I wanted to see your notes, too. The little notes that came with it.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. Seeking the Stone from Terrence McKenna. Who could have done that? I mean, you know? Someone you know?
That's why I wanted to look at it.
Nah, I'm actually going to saw before. He says it's chisel time, but I'm actually going to... Nah, just Heather hasn't seen him yet. I changed my mind again.
This looks like, I would say, this is... because my uncle does funny name things.
Oh, yeah?
But this is too recent. This is giving former student.
Say that again?
I think this is too recent. It's giving former student when it comes to a funny name.
Yeah, probably.
Because my uncle does funny, ridiculous names when he sends things. Like he once donated to our GoFundMe years ago for something for my film, and he donated under Ted Kaczynski because he got a banking credit. So yeah. I thought it was one of those.
It's possible. He's a suspect, but everybody is a suspect right now. The other thing is that I did get another donation on my GoFundMe from a gentleman named Edmund. So,
yeah, who we
also a mystery. Could be the same person, could be a different person. So all these gifts I'm being showered with. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. You know, it took them, many of them, it took them some years to appreciate me because I'm more like a fine wine, you know. Cadillac of teachers. Like maybe your first one you don't like, but then you ride in that thing for a little while, you realize it's the best kind of car. Let's do this. Let's remove the waste from the middle. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I got to take it all out, I think. This is what I did last time, and it worked. So let's just do it that way. So we get to use the saw for a couple more minutes. I'm going to try the hardwood side just to see how it does. Light grip on the thing too, because if you pinch too hard or you press down, it's not going to saw evenly. It's real hard to saw evenly anyways. I think it takes a long time to get, because I've done this a long time and I still struggle with it. I don't want to go past that stop cut line. What we'll do is just start with the outside material, go then to the inside material, do the drilling, whatever. These don't need to be incredibly straight. I got a suspect. You know who my suspect is? Zane.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Did he make any other?
No, he just wouldn't even tell me, probably, you know. But I don't know.
He would make a joke. At first, I was thinking your brother too. He wants it because he wouldn't want to put his name on it.
You know, I don't know though.
But the jokes are a little too new for him.
I don't think he would do that. He would just put his name on it. That'd be Uncle's workshop. When he starts his gardening channel, he's going to need my expertise. Just because the Diddy and the Kanye references, you know, it's strange.
And it's music. They also told you to listen to a song. So it's got to be someone who wants to. You don't lean on it. No,
it's, Chardonnay said, Heather, see about adding a tilting tabletop mirror to the wish list.
I can do that.
What would be the term I would use? Noted and delivered. Yeah, this came from a broken mirror inside, which apparently, if you reuse, does not give you exactly 7 years of bad luck. You can reduce the years of bad luck. I'm using it, so it's not broken. And I'm not superstitious at all. Is it? Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's a real LED.
Wow, look at that thing. That's not Temu right there.
That's why I got this one.
You see the amount of light that this thing adds. I bet my viewership goes up when the chisels come out. That's what happens when the chisels are about to come out. I think I got all my stop cuts in. We're going to start by chiseling away these outside areas. Alrighty, let's use a small mallet. That's really perfect right there. You know, go ahead and zoom in onto this spot since I got you over there.
They look like a mad scientist.
It's chisel time, baby. We need chisel time music. Whenever I get my stream, like we have employees and stuff, and we have a production team, it's gonna be like, it's chisel time music. It's gonna be my face, like in a montage, going boom, 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 with different chisels in my hand.
I like that. We can start segments.
Now, the problem with going this bevel side down is it's going to go down into it, and all I want to do is take it off. So I'm going to put the chisel upside down for this. See? Now, I took a little of the middle off. I didn't want to do that. As long as some of it's left, that's okay. Did I go past the cut line a little bit? No, that's all right. That's what we want. Value, production value. We're just providing value here at Dad's Workshop. You want to know how to do it? We'll teach you in time. It will happen in time. You know, I envision a world where I have all of you all like on the screen with little headphones and microphones on. Yeah. I don't care if some of the middle comes up. I can handle that. I'm just trying to make sure I know where that line is. This one's it's gonna take off some of the middle, I think. It would be funny if it was one of the randos that we've kicked off the program that got all that stuff, wouldn't it? One of y'all is just laughing right now because it was one of y'all that said it. You're just laughing at me. I mean, I suspect it's Ruiz, honestly. But, because Ruiz asked me some questions, like, Ruiz slid into the DMs this morning. What do you really want? What do you really want off the wish list? It's a wish list, Ruiz, and I'm talking like you're not right there. Everything. It's like, but nothing also, because I love y'all and I don't need you to buy me stuff. Just be here. I'm cool with that. But I mean, that was like really good subterfuge. It's a soldier side that would do that. If this was all Ruiz the whole time, it's the sneaky side. Nah, so I mean, you can deny it though. You'd be like, I didn't do it. DM is a DM. Just saying. I mean, I'll put you on blast a little. You know, it's fair. It was a nice thing you said. Just suspicious that I received all these packages from Diddy and Kanye the next day. That's all. This I'm just saying. Like, it's a coincidence that the next day I received packages from Diddy and Kanye. You know, and that you were. I mean, I would say if I went back to the chat, you were a little quiet. You know, you were a little quiet about it. I would say demeanor-wise, that makes you slightly suspicious. If I'm using demeanor evidence here, you know, we all know that's the best kind of evidence. Ask Nancy Grace. There's a knot right here that's messing up the brain. This is going to be tricky. Just like in my short, I'm going to navigate this knot by approaching it aggressively. I want to get rid of the knot and every bit around it because it's going to mess up something or go past my stop cut if I don't aggressively approach it. Try to get the whole knot out. Yeah, see, it's tough. It's the way these things are, man. Make you feel like your tools aren't sharp. Wish y'all could see it. You probably can't see it. It's behind this thing right here. On this side, there's a knot. And not a very good one either. It's kind of off to the side there. So right where it starts messing with the grain is right on this mortise. I don't think there's any way to avoid it. It's just like some knots. But Chardonnay was right yesterday in saying this had less knots than my other boards. But there is a knot in a crucial spot here. That's going to have to be dealt with. Yeah, I've filled knots with epoxy too. I think I have a table surface in here that I made out of Doug fir, and I had a knot in it, and I put tape under it and put epoxy resin in there. I was trying out epoxy resin because I'd seen all these cool projects with it. That was years ago. One of my first tables that I did with joinery. I used dowels in the legs, but you know, it was a trestle table. So it had a central trestle and two large legs on the end, but they weren't massive enough to handle the table. So I had to go back and redo the legs again. Something tells me Chardonnay's been around a few real men. What was the comment? Oh, splinters. Oh, yeah. I do get splinters all the time. I bite them sometimes. This is going to be so gross when I say this. Like, once they kind of get pussy and stuff, you can like, ew, this is gross. I'm going to say something gross. Never mind. Use your imagination. They hurt real bad, you know, when they start festering and stuff. So you need to get them out of there. You know, whatever gets them out of there is going to work for you. I think if I'm going to rank infections I've had a couple splinters that were really bad. I had one under my thumbnail one time that came from metal. It was a metal nail that went under my thumb. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you can't, you're still going to get splinters even if you have calluses. It doesn't stop. She's right. Generally, I wear gloves, but it's too hot for that right now. And then the splinters get in there, and I'm kind of used to them. I cut myself all the time, so but my tools are sharp, so the cuts go away. You got a couple little. You can take a tour of some of them. This one almost cut all the way through my thumb. I got one that's almost identical on the other side from here to here, and then several on my fingers. I almost cut this finger off. There's a couple other fingers that I cut halfway through the tendon on, so the doctor wouldn't let me use it for a long time. Oh my gosh, Ruiz, defensive much? We're cool. We're cool. We all love you, man. We're not judging you. It was a fair statement. Don't get butt hurt. I agree that I think that, you all know what a Renaissance man is, right? A Renaissance man is a man who uses his head and can use his body too. Is fit, but also mentally sound. Is strong, but also, what's the word I'm looking for? Psychologically, mentally, cognitively, a force. That's a Renaissance man. And I grew up believing that was a real thing because my dad came from nothing and was the toughest guy I knew. I mean, really, just really hard. And raised pigs to go to college, but won the National Science Fair and got a scholarship to agriculture school and became the commissioner in Minnesota. So he was very successful. And I know a lot of people think I shouldn't tell stories of others so much. I need to tell stories about me. But that's my dad was my idol. So my dad could do these kind of things. And also he could do brain work also. He could fix a car, but also he was an office guy. So it's a balance. You don't want to be such a knucklehead that all you can do is fix one thing or all you can do is one thing, man. The world is so full of opportunities for learning new skills. So it said, I got to go back for this. Oh, you're definitely entitled to your opinion. Calvin Lovett, think 3 steps ahead as well as consequences and outcomes. Definitely. I haven't always had the best. Some part of my ADHD and my whatever mental health challenges I have involve some level of what's the word when you're impulsiveness, right? I wouldn't have done a live stream if I wasn't impulsive. I decided one morning in August I was going to get on the elliptical and live stream from the elliptical, and that's what started this whole thing. Last August I just started live streaming from the elliptical, and then I was like, I'm going to live stream doing these cabinets, and I did that. So my impulsiveness, did I lose internet? That's a strange time to lose internet. All right, good. Yeah. My impulsiveness probably, I try to embrace some of those things about myself that have gotten me in trouble in the past because, I've landed on my feet a lot, and I just, people are who they are. And, my impulsiveness has also made me an interesting person and not a boring person. I feel like I do know. I love a lot of my family, but I go to family gatherings, and no offense to anybody, shout out family members. It gets pretty boring hearing about people's work. It gets pretty boring hearing about office drama and drama at different schools and stuff like that. And so I withdraw from that. If I'm impulsive, then I'll be impulsive, but at least I won't be boring. All right, let's get this Forstner bit and go through this thing. I think this is my largest one, maybe this one. This is probably too big here. Nah, that's just right. I need it a little tiny bit wider, honestly. I'm gonna use this bit. If it's a little bit wide, that's probably okay here in this application. Now, I do not know how much screw gun battery I got, but this is really more of a job for a wired screw gun anyway. I'm gonna move the camera back so I can actually set this up over, well, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna go about halfway through. I didn't lay these marks out on the other side, but it shouldn't be difficult. Let me go ahead and do this first to the best of my ability here. We'll start right here. This has to be in there tight, full torque, basically. I lost my bit. That's why you use, and this thing's probably hot, so you don't want to touch the business end of that. Sometimes you got to back them out because they got so much waste in there. You see all the chips. Oh, you're in Vegas, huh? Somebody's winning. Somebody's up. Who you got in the Vegas Minnesota Wild game tonight, Ruiz? Because my Wild, man, I'm a little worried about them. I can't say I think they're gonna win because I don't know. I hope. Miss Heather thinks they can win tonight. Pencil shavings, right? Value right here. Yeah, we burn them. These can be used as fire starters. Let me tell y'all something real quick while I got you. You take this and leftover candle wax or a crayon or any kind of wax you have available, you melt it into like a cat food can with that wax in it, and it's a survival stove. You can actually cook canned foods on it. It'll start a fire for a long time. So just this material right here, you could either use an empty paper egg carton and wax, and you mix this material with that wax, and these shavings will make like a really great long burning fuel when combined with that wax. So just a little tip. But we use them generally in fires. I've got so many though. They're starting to build up a little bit. Minnesota by 1. There we go, Ruiz. I love it. You don't need beeswax. You can use any kind of wax, man. Soy wax, or what's that other wax? Heather might be able to fill me in. The one that's petroleum based, that's used in crayons and stuff. It starts with a P, I think. Paraffin. That's it. Thank you, Daniel. A little easier if you get some of that waste out, because it actually gets in the way and causes friction. You actually could start a fire. I've had fires start with Forstner bits and the waste inside there. It acts like, it's combustible material. If the temperature reaches the ignition point, it's gonna do it. It's not to nerd out on it, but that's what happens. I might use my other Forstner bit if this don't want to bite here in this spot. But I'm pretty happy with that so far. It pushes the line limits a little bit, but I have a feeling I need that gap in order to get the boards in, so it's not bad. All right, here we go. Last one for this side. Now it has to be flipped and it has to be done again. But Yeah, this is what I was worried about here. I'm going to use my other bit. This one's sharper anyway because it's newer. This does this. You see this? Compresses down sawdust in there. It's upsetting because I actually like this bit better, but it does this, unfortunately. Hot and sharp. It smells like a new development. You know, like when you go into a neighborhood where they just stick build a bunch of McMansions. That's what it smells like in here right now. Now the flatness of this shoulder is going to be important to how the board sits in there flush. So I'm going to have to go and make sure that's all flat, you know. So one of these joints can take quite a bit of time to do by hand. I'm sure you all had, there are power tools like routers and drill presses that can do this quickly. Also a mortise press would do this quickly. I don't have a mortise press, those are pretty expensive. Actually, some of the more expensive tools for only doing really one thing. Basically a drill press that cuts square holes is what a mortise press is. Checking with chat here. Mike is making stuff. Welcome, friend of the program. Ooh, well, I bet, did you get all that on your live stream? So Mike said, I ran a 4-hour live stream over the weekend and built 2 garden benches. Then the teenage sons of the buyer decided to backyard wrestle and absolutely destroyed them. Wasn't that great? That's not a question, is it? Doesn't sound good, but hopefully your live stream also captured the teenage sons destroying the benches, because that sounds like content right there to me. If you ask me, man. You probably did well on that live stream because you know those marathon ones. People like those a lot. And YouTube definitely gives love to new live streamers, I think. It's the way to do it now. I'm going to come from the other side as well. This needs to be cleared out here, though. I don't know how I can do that very well. I got to move it on the bench to do this. Let me move back the camera real quick. These little spots right here are kind of hard to get flush. I remember this from last time now. Some of these little challenges. Of course, we can't have rounded edges either, so these have to be cut. Probably use a small chisel for this. I'm not going to do this all today. Yeah, man. I hope for you the next one's better. It's not fun to make stuff and then people destroy it. That's a definite. You know, unless that's what you were hoping for, or you didn't mind. You know. I hate wasting time. You know. As I've said on here before, time. You know, time is a currency. That's the whole idea of YouTube, actually. If you boil it down to abstract, the idea is that you're building a catalog of material on somewhere that will hold it and people will watch it essentially forever, even when you're sleeping and not doing anything, you know, you're still actually working, or the video you is working on something. The other day I put on some of my videos. I don't usually watch my stuff after I put it up. I don't really watch it. I'm kind of like an actor who doesn't watch their movies. You know, I'm too serious of an actor. I focus on the future. Now, I put on some of my live streams, and I'm telling you, I was shocked at all the stuff I did. And I came back like 8 hours later, and I was still on TV. So I got a lot on here just in the last several months. There's a knot here, and it's making this end wood on this side real stubborn. The end of this joint. Once you get that flat side, you put the bevel side against the edge of your joint, bevel side against the edge, and that's going to get that stuff that's raised up out of your way. You know what? Mike is making stuff. He's still there. Archaic Revolution. Oh, okay. Archaic Revolution. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. It's good, man. I'm glad you're caught up. A lot of stuff happens in a couple-hour live stream on here. Opening up packages, talking mess about people, politics, not really. And then, you know, woodwork at some point. All right, so I got it pretty much square here now. What I want to do is I want to flip it over and make layout marks on the other side. That'll be the last thing I do on here today, I think. I'm not going to cut into it on the other side today. Save that for tomorrow. All right, so let's do that. Let me move these Forstner bits. This saw was awesome. It worked really well. I'm only doing this because I'm gonna have to cut from the other side to stop from getting blowout, right? As I've talked about, one of my key words on this show is blowout, like that on the end of this board. Hopefully these lines will meet here. Yeah, that's close enough. Yep, and that'll work also. Next thing is the 3/4 of an inch out from the layout face, or in. Slipped a little because I didn't have a clamp down there. Oh, Terrence, oh, a call to action was something, maybe Miss Heather, she has a note. Somebody is a new, we have a new suspect, Mr. McKenna. Let me go back a second. Join in late. Watch at 1.5 speed, which I'm caught up now. I think Terrence McKenna. There's a song we need to listen to. Oh, no, this is too important for me to get dropped off of this. No. This is far too important. A lecture. Timothy Leary. Is Mr. Leary back from the dead with us? Heather, do you know who it is? Someone knows who this guy is. Archaic Revolution. Let me shout you out one more time. Archaic Revolution. I do believe now we know who sent all of these packages, all this awesome stuff. I believe the tongue oil as well. Thank you, Archaic Revolution. Shout out, buddy. I was saying Timothy Leary too. I was thinking it was Timothy Leary as well. Mr. Leary, Dr. Leary. Appreciate you being here, Dr. Leary. I don't know, man. He or she is gonna have to identify themselves for us to figure it out, I believe. I do not think we will figure it out. I do not. Archaic Revolution, you still there, buddy? No, we're not doing DMT. No, I'm not. No drug logging on here. Drug log on your own time, folks. What's the other stuff? Because I gave the other stuff. The light that's right here. I'm standing in your light there, Archaic Revolution. There's clues within the profiles of new Discord members. Okay. We're going to find this out, Archaic Revolution. You kind of came in a little bit late. But shout out to you because this light right here, boom, that's from you also. And it's beautiful, man. It is beautiful. You killed it with that tongue oil and that stuff, man. Yeah, it sounds fun. We're going to have to figure it out. I'm going to have to go on a hunt. So we got our layout marks on here. Let me flip this over. You saw what we did today. We're cutting in the mortise for one of those big boards that I was cutting here. You see, this is the mortise. This is going to fit this is the bottom of the post. So this is going to be the 2x6, laminated 2x6 that's going to go through this section. All of that has to come out too. We're going to have to square that hole up and then get it down to this line. And then we got to do the same thing on the other side. The only difference is there's not going to be a 1/2 inch housing cut into this side. It's going to be just straight. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out Mike is making stuff. Shout out Ruiz. Shout out Chardonnay. Shout out Miss Heather. And finally, last but certainly not least, shout out to the mystery, Archaic Revolution. We do not know who you are, but we love you anyway and appreciate your gifts. And we will find out who you are, most likely. With the psychedelic hints that we're getting, maybe it's just, maybe he's just a fungus among us, I don't know. But I had a couple of dad jokes. I will not say them because they're that bad. I did one yesterday, but then I got disconnected. But shout out to all y'all one more time. All y'all, because your presence is your presence. Ruiz, Gandara, Chardonnay Boyce, and Miss Heather. I didn't see Brian Robinson or any of those folks in here today. Mike is making stuff. Big shout out. And of course, our mystery fungus among us. Archaic Revolution. If anybody I forgot, I certainly. Yeah, I want to go. I want to go live on Thursday, man. I think I need to this week. So I'm kind of planning on that. So just bank on that, and we'll do it. No big deal. Once we start making some progress on this, I pull out bigger tools and stuff. I pull out those framing chisels. People jump on here, but that's not. You don't need to worry about that. I love y'all, even the ones of y'all I can't identify. Love y'all too. Appreciate all the gifts that you all have given me, but especially I appreciate you all being here and spending your time with me when you could be anywhere else on the planet. Appreciate all y'all. Love you. Hug somebody that you love, and I will see you all back tomorrow and on Thursday.